your creative home in Baldwin City, the Lumberyard Arts Center. So Bentley will be back in the pitching circle for the Bulldogs, as I mentioned. Pretty much the same lineup coming your way for Paola. Exception is the designated player will be Bassett this round, this game. Emily Morris is going to be in the circle for Paola. She's also the flex, so not in the lineup.
Yeah, sorry, Ryan. I was chatting with the umpire there, they were talking about the PA not being able to be heard, but now we got Bob Martin on the PA where you can hear him. But so I may reiterate a point you just made. I apologize if so, but a new pitcher in this game. I think you were mentioning for Paola, but Bentley going to be pitching again second game, so we'll see if that has an impact here. As Bentley's going to try to once again go the distance on a doubleheader night. She does yeoman's work night in, night out for this Bulldog pitching staff. I don't know, can you call it a pitching staff when it's a pitcher? It's using the term staff lightly, I guess, in that case. But Bentley does a heck of a job, and they're going to ask her for 7 more innings here in Game 2 and see if she can deliver and get a split out of this doubleheader.
Chrislyn Hadlock, the center fielder, is the leadoff hitter for the Panthers. She has tried a couple attempted bunts and has missed on them, so 0-2 count on Hadlock. Left to right around the outfield defensively, Crump, Darnell, Cassidy in right here in game number 2. In the infield, Manbeck, Berg, Toot, and Doty. There's a nice play by Carly Toot to her right. She had a couple nice plays in game number 1 in the field, and now collects a nice line drive from Hadlock for the first out of the game.
Well, she was our Farm Bureau Financial Services player of the game in game 1. Reached base 4 times in 4 trips to the plate, and comes up with a nice play to start game 2 here. We talked about quick innings in our State Farm Insurance game plan back in game 1, and that's kind of carries over. Those keys could remain here in game 2, if you will, as well. Don't have, eliminate those long innings, create some opportunities, capitalize on your opportunities, and especially when you get into game 2 now, Bentley throwing for her second game, you really want to avoid those long innings. And they forced her to throw a couple of extra outs, in that first game. Some errors that forced her into some longer innings than they needed to be. You got to avoid those in this game, too.
Lily Jevney, the shortstop, has an 0-2 count. Bentley's worked herself ahead of the hitter. A swing and a tapper just foul. Baldwin Sports Live brought to you by Hayden Outdoors, brand that sells the land. Game 2 just underway. Wind is still pretty steady out towards right center field.
I feel like it's not quite as gusty now as it may have been earlier, but still certainly blowing out there to right center.
Jevney, a swing and a miss for strike number 3. That's the second out in the first, and the first strikeout for Bentley here in game number 2.
Let's remember game 1 started the same way, not the exact same style of outs, but it was the first 2 up, first 2 retired, and then a 2-out rally by the 3-4 hitters, Smale and Kale, who delivered back-to-back hits to put them on the board, and they ended up taking an early lead.
It's a ground ball. It's sharply hit through the left side of the infield. Berg gave it a dive, but Smale's going to be on with a 2-out single, and that'll bring the dangerous hitter Ava Kale, the catcher, up to the plate with 2 out and a runner on.
So on cue, as I was saying, there's that 2-out hitting that Paola used to their advantage in game 1. They kind of worked around Kale the last couple of times she came to the plate in that first game. First base was open in both of those scenarios. Don't know that they want to intentionally push a runner into scoring position, but we'll see how they attack her.
Down her way, runner headed towards second base. The throw is going to be one hop, not in time. In their standing is Smale at second.
It's hard to tell Smale don't take second base there, but she may have done her teammate a disservice by going to second, because now you're back to that situation where now you can work around her.
Second pitch swung on and missed, so an even 1-1 count as both of the first 2 pitches been down and away, and that's where you want to work against Ava Kale.
And not that you couldn't even work around her with a runner at 1st and 2 outs, but it's even more tempting to do so now that there's a runner in scoring position.
Drilled to center field. Darnell's going to make a nice play on it. She had to go back, and there was one of those line drives right at you, but she made a pretty nice read and made the catch for the 3rd out in the 1st. Baldwin's going to come to the plate. Still tied, no score here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Back here on Baldwin Sports Live, Ryan Hilmer, Bryce Kessler with you. Game 2 of the doubleheader, Paola at Baldwin. Should mention that Baldwin Sports Live brought to you in part by Baldwin City Community News. You can find our upcoming broadcast schedule in the Baldwin City Community Newspaper, your local weekly newspaper with the latest news, opinions, sports, community events, feature stories, and more. Subscribe for just $5 a month. Stop by downtown at the Nook, 703 8th Street. To subscribe to your local weekly newspaper for just $5 a month. Getting down to it now on Baldwin Sports Live. Only a couple broadcasts left for you. You can see them up there. And Tuesday, April 25th, we got girls soccer. And then Tuesday, May 9th, ending it up with baseball. I think that's just a single baseball game. So that, I believe, will be our final broadcast of the year. It's been a fun year on Baldwin Sports Live, but it's not over. In the midst of the spring sports season.
Yeah, it has been, a fun year when you think about it. The improvement that we saw from the football team this year, and the volleyball team. Unfortunately, it ended a little sour, if you will, because they just missed out on another trip back to state. But what a year they had, and then of course the wrestling programs have always been really great. We don't, unfortunately, get to do a whole lot of wrestling. Just the limitations from a broadcast standpoint with wrestling, but they had the great year. And boys basketball, certainly with one of the best years they've had in ages, and making all the way to the state tournament. And, girls basketball, another good season from them. They're competitive all the way through, another double-digit win season for them. And now here we'll see how the spring sports end up. But it's been another good broadcast season here on Baldwin Sports Live, just our 2nd year, and looking forward to many more good ones to come.
Absolutely. Allie Darnell, the center fielder's the leadoff hitter for Baldwin. She skies one to right field, and that's going to be caught by Winter Scheid out in right for the first out in the 1st. It'll bring Carly Toot up.
Man, I would mention the boys soccer team with another great year. They made it all the way to the Final Four of state as well.
There's so
and
many.
Again, another one that we don't get a whole lot of broadcast opportunities in for, but certainly they had a season to remember as well.
Carly Toot, the second baseman, stands in, takes strike 1. Emily Morris, the pitcher this time around for Paola.
That's the other challenge when you're a Baldwin team and you have to use the same pitcher all the time, is not only the wear and tear on the pitcher herself, but all the Paola hitters are coming up there having seen her already 3, 4, 5 times, Baldwin's all seeing Morris for the first time, so it takes them in that batter to really get honed in and get in rhythm with her, whereas Paola hits the ground running with a pitcher they're very familiar with already.
Yeah, Morris was the designated player in game number 1, so only hitting, and she's doing the pitching and in the flex spot here in game number 2, so not in the lineup and in the circle. Toots worked a full count here, putting up a nice battle. She was our player of the game in game number 1. Swings and misses for the second out in the 1st. First strikeout for Morris.
First baseman, number 33.
Brings Shayna Doty, the first baseman, up. She had a nice game one. First inning, she knocked a 2-run homer out of the park and gave Baldwin, at the time, a 2-1 lead.
The way that game started, Ryan, I thought we'd be in for a higher scoring game than it ended up being. Yes, Paola ended up with 8 when it was all said and done. They tacked on 3 in the top of the 7th, but I would not have guessed the way that game started that it would be a 5-4 game only going into the 7th inning. And, of course, Baldwin never did score after that, just the 4 runs for them after they had those early. So, lower score than I thought.
Ball and a strike, and that ball's up and away from Doty, so 2-1 hitters count here. That ball she hit in the first inning in game number 1 was a no-doubt shot to center, left center field. And probably was going to be out anyway. The wind aided it a little bit, and she rounded the bases for a 2-run homer.
I don't know how many home runs Doty has in her career, but we've been here to witness 2 of them.
Yeah.
Last year, which I believe was her first ever home run, we were here for that one, and then that one again today. So we're going to have to get out here more often for Shayna.
Yeah. It's a good pitch in there, fills the count up 3-2. Doty, one of the seniors on this Bulldog squad. Got a full count pitch here, a swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts in the inning from Morris. Then Baldwin goes down 1-2-3 in the first. We'll head to the second here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
The Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Top of 2 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. Bentley going to go back to work for second inning work here in game number 2. It'll be your 9th inning of work overall. She pitched all 7 in game number 1. Back out there here in game number 2. It'll be 5, 6, 7 due up. Hendrickson, Kane, and Winterscheid for the Panthers. Paola got a 2-out single in the first inning, and then Bentley able to get out of it with a fly ball to center field, and what was a really nice play out there by Allie Darnell. It was one of those line drives that's kind of hit right at you, and it's hard to judge. And it felt like it just kept carrying on her, and she reached up the last second and snagged it out of the air. Ball's lifted to right field. Coming in on it is the right fielder, Cassidy, and she makes a nice play for the first out here in the second. So Bentley didn't get a lot of help from her defense in game number 1, but a couple nice plays here early so far.
You talked about that ball to Darnell because when it's coming right at you, make it tough to judge, and then you add in the wind factor that helped push it deeper. And Cassidy, you know, she almost got tied up because you'd think out there in right field with the wind blowing straight out, it's going to carry, but that ball kind of off the end of the bat didn't have as much pop to it, so she had to come charging in when I'm sure Coach Scobie and them tell, hey, right field, ball hit out to you, you know, first step back because it's probably going to carry. And then that one did the opposite, but good adjustment to come up and make the play.
Anna Kane swinging and missing. 0-2 count now on the first baseman. Kane still looking for her first hit of the doubleheader, and she's going to have it right there. A nice sharp hit down the third base line. She going to stroll into second with a one-out double. That'll bring Avery Winterscheid to the plate with a runner in scoring position, still only one out.
Batting is the right fielder, number 3, Avery Winterscheid.
So Paola got a runner in scoring position with 2 out in the first inning, and now 1 on second with only 1 out. Winterscheid went 1 for 3, reached on an error in game number 1. Has watched 2 strikes. One's down in the dirt. Nice job by Caitlin Bass doing the catching once again.
Yeah, we talk a lot about the fact that Bentley throws pretty much every inning.
Yeah.
Bass pretty much catches every inning, and that's, just as taxing on the knees, and you're making just as many throws, in reality, or at least close to as many throws, and so it's not easy. These two put in a lot of reps every day, every game day, in the circle and behind the dish.
2-2 pitch in the dirt. That fills it up 3-2. You don't want to lose her here. You had her 0-2, and Winterscheid able to work it back to a full count. Swung on, lifted to left center field. That might find the gap, but Darnell runs it down in the left center gap. She was shaded a little bit towards left field, and that ended up maybe being the difference. She got a good read off the bat as well, Bryce, but a nice play there by Darnell for the second out in the inning.
Yeah, you're right. Good read, and there's a situation where the wind helped her a little bit, kind of held that ball and pushed it back towards her a little bit. And so she's made 2 nice plays now out there, and you had the nice play that Cassidy made out in right field, and the outfield right now coming up with their pitchers back early on in this game.
So here's Bassett. She stands in with runner on second, 2 out. With her first at-bat of the doubleheader. She's the designated player. Came in as a courtesy runner in game number 1. Base blocks that, runner headed towards third. It kicked away just enough for Kane to get into third. Standing up, second wild pitch thrown by Bentley. She had 4 of them in game 1. Two 2-0 pitch is swung on and missed by Bassett. Now 2-1 is the throwback. Gets away, backed up by Berg. Bentley was able to work around a runner in scoring position with 2 out in the first, trying to do the same here in the second. 2-1's a great pitch right there. 2-2 count, evens it up. Here's the 2-2 from Bentley, swung on, lifted towards right field. That's going to drop into that little gap and drive in a run. So the first run of the game goes to Paola once again, and Bassett has an RBI single.
It'll go as a line drive into the gap for an RBI right in the box score, but that's why you just simply got to put bat to ball sometimes and make contact, put it in play, let something good happen. Perfectly placed.
Ball's grounded towards two at second, bobbles a little bit, but throws on to first in time for the third out in the inning. But Paola gets the first run of the game in off of 2 hits in the inning. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Back here, bottom of 2 on Baldwin Sports Live. Paola took the lead in the top half of the inning. Baldwin looking to respond. They'll have 3, 4, 5 due up after going down 1, 2, 3 quickly in the first. Emily Morris set for her second inning of work. Pulling back bunt is Riley Bentley. It's a bunt attempt on a very high pitch. It gets it down. The third baseman, Smale, has to come in and makes a pretty nice play to throw out Bentley. I don't know how she got that bunt down, Bryce.
Sometimes there isn't an explanation. Sometimes it just happens,
Yeah.
right? Good play again by Smale. Only a freshman over there at third. Both teams starting freshmen at third base in this game with Manbeck for Baldwin, and she's made several nice plays today.
Line drive to left field from Caitlin Bass, and the sophomore will be on with a base hit, 1 out in the inning.
Bass continuing to swing the bat well. She had a good first game as well. They dropped her one spot of the lineup this game. I would guess it has nothing to do with her swinging, more maybe try to put some more traffic on ahead of her, and they moved Bentley up into that spot in front of her, but that's what they were trying to get her on base with a bunt. But
Throw back behind the runner at first, and not in time, but a little bit of a play put on as the first baseman came crashing. Second baseman covered. Bunt being shown by Michaela Hirschman, the designated player. Pulls it back, and that ball gets past Kale to the backstop, so moving up to second will be Caitlin Bass. First wild pitch from Morris. Hirschman a little late that time, 2-1 count. Shows bunt, gets it down. It's got a lot of spin on it, and it's going to spin its way foul. Keep the count at 2-2. On deck is Zoe Crump. Ooh, 2-2 is right there on the outside corner for out number 2. It's a called third strike. Hirschman down. That'll bring Zoe Crump to the plate, the left fielder, for her first at-bat versus Morris with a runner in scoring position, 2 out. Swing and a miss, and it looks like Morris is bringing a little bit more velocity maybe in this game. We've seen a lot of swings and misses behind the pitch.
yeah, Collier had a handful of strikeouts in the first, but the bats for Baldwin seemed to be timed up a little better with her. They were fouling an awful lot more pitches and putting the ball in play. And against Morris, you're right, they're struggling to make the consistent contact right now with her, and she's been able to power it past him now already. 3 strikeouts.
Crump swings, grounds it right back to the box, and safe at first on a bang-bang play. Morris had a little trouble with it, and she had a bit of a bobble and a nice hustle down there by Zoe Crump. She's on. Have runners on the corners as Bass moved up to third on the play.
And that slight little bobble, the difference maker there. And now here's when we talk about taking advantage of opportunities. You've been gifted an opportunity. Can Berg deliver?
First error of the game, that there from Paola. This ball's lifted in foul territory. It'll find its way over the fence. Lauren Berg at the plate, the shortstop. Opportunity with 2 out in the inning to tie this game up, draw back to a new game. It was Paola that took the lead in game number 1, 1-0. Then Baldwin responded and took the lead 2-1. See if Baldwin can't respond here. That ball gets past Kale, and in comes the runner to the plate safely is Caitlin Bass, and that was a very close play. Kale did a nice job to get that ball quickly and go back, try to tag out the runner, but not in time.
Good job by Bass, taking advantage of the opportunity to score. And Malberg, we talked about, can she deliver the opportunity? Now not only has a chance earlier to tie the game, now a chance to give them the lead with a base hit here.
So the runner scores on the wild pitch, and that ball's drilled to left field. A line drive base hit from Berg. Crump had moved up to second on the wild pitch, and now she's into third. And so runners at the corners, 2 down. Chance for Baldwin to tack on some more.
Clean play out and left by Hines. Any type of a bobble there, and Chance Goby was going to be ready to wave Crump in, but it was cleanly played, so keeps that runner at bay, but big chance now for Cassidy.
Riley Cassidy going to take her first at-bat of the doubleheader. A snap throw back to third's not in time. Crump back there at third. Berg on first. It's the right fielder Cassidy in for her first at-bat versus Morris. Another throw to third, and that one was almost too high, and nice job by Smale down there at third to snag that one. She's not only contending with a high throw, she's got the sun like right in her eyes.
Well, the first one, because it was such a low pitch when they threw down there, the runner was quite a bit off, but that second was a little bit aggressive.
That ball gets through to center field. Thought Jevney would have a play on it, the shortstop, but gets past her and a run scores, so Baldwin does take the lead. It's 2-1 now, Bulldogs.
And this all stems off of what should have been an inning-ending ground ball back to the pitcher Morris, but could not make the play, bobbled and was unable to throw out Crump, and that has led to this rally now. 2 runs coming in off that error.
So an RBI hit for Cassidy, and 2 on, 2 out for the top of the lineup and Allie Darnell. In the dirt, nice job by Kale to keep it in front of her. Baldwin with 2 runs in the inning. Chance for more is a 3-0 count to Darnell. This is the 7th batter sent to the plate in the second inning. That's on the outside corner, 3-1.
Starting that second time through the order now, so everybody's had a chance to see Morris and maybe adjust a little bit to the speed that's a little faster than what they saw from Collier in game 1.
3-1's lifted to center field. That has a chance to drop down. It does not, as is a nice play from Hadlock in center field to end the inning, but Baldwin does score 2 off of a couple of hits. An error helps them out, and they take the lead 2-1 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Ryan Hilmer, Bryce Kessler back here in Baldwin. Bulldogs took the lead in the bottom of the second inning. Now Bentley's going to be looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning, get the ladies back in the dugout, try to add on. It's going to be the top of the lineup. Chrislyn Hadlock, the center fielder, who made a nice play to end the bottom of the second out there in center field. She stands in, watches ball one. Swings, grounds one toward Toot at second base, and a 4-3 ground out to start the third inning.
Next batter for Paola.
Next up, Lily Jevney, the shortstop, struck out in her first at-bat. Only strikeout for Bentley so far here in game number 2. Swing and a miss on a nice pitch there right on the outside corner. Kind of feels like Bentley might be starting to find her rhythm a little bit. I don't want to jinx anything, but not working behind as many hitters, it seems like. Another good pitch has popped up in foul territory. Over there is Doty, had a half chance at it. It was going to be a tough play. Ends up falling in foul territory. Those are tough plays anyway. When you get a wind like you have here today, it's even adds to it. So it's a 2-strike count to Jevney. Misses outside, now 1-2. That's popped way up and straight up. Bentley's going to call for it, and she makes the catch. And almost popped out of her glove. But that is out number 2.
That's why they always say, right, the fundamentals get that second hand involved right there. And the non-glove hand, Bentley was able to get that up there to help preserve the catch, because you're right, that almost hopped right out of the heel of the mitt.
Now the third baseman, the freshman Ellie Smale, singled in the first inning. That's up and in here in her second at-bat versus Bentley here in game 2.
Feels like she's pretty much hit the ball on the screws every time she's been up at the plate.
Only been retired once out of her 5 at-bats so far in the doubleheader. 4 for 5 coming into this at-bat. She was able to reach and then got to second on a wild pitch back in the first inning and brought Ava Kale to the plate with a chance. Bentley was able to get out of it. Now it's a 3-0 count to Smale. You definitely don't want to walk her and bring Kale up to the plate. That's a good pitch that time to get back into the count.
And especially with the bases empty here, you certainly want to come back and attack her, even if it means having to throw the ball right down the heart of the plate. Yes, she swings a good bat, but you got to make her earn her way on in this spot.
It's high, ball 4, so 5-pitch walk to Smale, and she's on for the 5th time in this doubleheader. Only the first walk allowed here in game 2 from Bentley. So she struck out 1, walked 1 here in her 3rd inning of work. Got 2 out, a runner on for Ava Kale.
After a couple of really productive at-bats to start this doubleheader for Kale, Bentley's done a really good job working against her since that point.
That's topped towards the right side of the infield. Toots got it, and she's going to take it herself to first. 4 unassisted. You don't see that too often to end the top of the 3rd inning. Baldwin will come back to bat in the bottom half. They are leading it 2-1 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Baldwin leads it here in game number 2, 2-1. Baldwin Sports Live presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Shad and Penny Sheldon, natives of Goodland, Kansas, and now your Baldwin City area brokers for the past 10 years, are experts in selling rural homes, farms, ranches, and recreational real estate. They've built several successful businesses and manage their own farm and hunting lodge. They want to use their expertise to help you in finding your dream property or family legacy. So call them today, 785-821-2666, or visit HaydenOutdoors.com to learn more. Baldwin's going to have 2, 3, 4 due up here in the bottom of the third inning. Carly Toot, Shayna Doty, Riley Bentley. 2 to fly ball to right field, but that is right to the right fielder Winterscheid for out number 1.
Batting for Baldwin, the first baseman, number 33, Shayna Doty.
Bring Shayna Doty. She struck out in the first inning. One of 3 strikeouts for Morris. Morris has struck out 3, hasn't walked a batter. Has looked pretty good, but Baldwin sent 8 girls to the plate in the last inning. Swing and a miss there, evens the count 1-1.
Something interesting I'm seeing right now, just with the angle of the sun, and I don't know what the rule is, if there's a rule on this, but Morris, her earrings, with the sun coming in shining right now, the angle I'm looking at is basically the same angle that the hitter is, and there's that sparkling like shine that bounces off of those earrings. Makes a little bit of, right at that viewpoint of the batter. I don't know if there's any rule on that or not, but
yeah, it's a good point.
Next batter for Baldwin is the pitcher, number
Good news is the sun's not going to be in this position forever.
No.
But it could definitely be a distraction. Doty goes down swinging, and that'll bring Riley Bentley up with 2 out in the inning. Swing and a miss. Morris looking for her second 3-up, 3-down inning. Had that in the first.
That ball had some wicked rise to it, and it even had the home plate umpire ducking out of the way. Yeah, I don't think the home plate umpire even saw whether she swung or not. Wait. The home plate umpire said that. They're going to have to get this one figured out. So,
yeah,
the pitch had some wicked rise on it, and the home plate umpire almost had to duck out of the way, and because of that, she did not see whether the batter even swung or not. She appealed down to the field umpire to ask him, and I'm not sure if he understood what she was asking him. He gave the safe sign as if to say no swing.
Right.
It was most certainly a swing. So now we're going to see what they end up.
Yeah, the Paola crowd immediately was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
She swung, and Baldwin crowd's kind of staying silent, like, okay, we'll take a ball.
Yeah, so they got it right in the end, but just an interesting situation there, but all good in the end.
So an 0-1 count to Bentley. It's another good pitch, 0-2 now. Mentioned Morris got the Bulldogs 1-2-3 in the first, trying for the same here in the third. Swing and a fly ball to left center field. The going back on it is Hadlock. It's over her head, and it's going to one-hop the wall. Into second is Bentley. She's headed to third. She will be in there standing with a 2-out triple.
Another opportunity for some two-out scoring. They scored both their runs last inning with 2 outs, and Bentley's giving them another opportunity now with a big hit there, and here comes Base. So I mentioned last time they made that lineup switch, flip-flop Base and Bentley.
Yeah.
Sorry, mine went blank there. Here's a chance for that move to really pay off if Base can deliver now.
Runner on third, 2 out. Here's the catcher, Caitlin Base. Morris has pitched pretty well, but Baldwin been able to stack some hits together. They scored 2 off 3 hits in the second. Now that 2-out triple gives them another opportunity here in the third. That was another riser.
Yeah, that rise pitch right now, it's working really well for Morris, and that ball started right in the heart where Base really could have done some damage with it. By the time it got to her, though, it was up at her eyes.
There's the 1-1. Outside.
Ooh. Late called strike on that one.
Really? That'll make it 1-2. Base singled and then came around to score the first run for Baldwin in the second inning. Swing. A foul straight back at us. In fact, that was probably pretty close to our camera behind home plate there. It's coming right into your living room. Ball is in foul territory down the third base line and drops foul. Thought Smale would have had a half a chance at it, but it just carried a little bit over her head. Still 1-2 on base.
Good job battling with 2 strikes here by Caitlin. Only need to take one good swing, and you extend the lead here.
It's way high, 2-2. The 2-2 is in there for a called strike 3. Morris, her 4th strikeout of the game is a big one, gets her out of trouble here in the bottom of the third, but Baldwin still leads it 2-1. You're watching Bulldog softball here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
When choosing a bank, wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered, to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
2-1 Bulldog lead here in game 2. Paola took the first game 8-4. Baldwin with a 1-run lead here as we start the 4th inning. Be 6, 7, 8 due up. Actually 5, 6, 7 due up in the inning. Hendrickson, Kane, and Winterscheid. Bentley has struck out 1, walked 1, allowed the 1 run off of 3 hits. As Michaela Hendrickson, the second baseman, flew out in her first at-bat, stands in here to start the 4th inning. She's worked a 2-0 count. Tap foul. Both teams now at 3-8 on the year. Paola won game one. That's tapped back to Bentley, makes nice play, throws on to Doty at first for the first out here in the fourth. Bring the first baseman, Anna Kane.
Number 16, Ava Kane.
Anna doubled in her first at-bat. Came around to score the lone run for Paola. Watches a strike, evens the count up 1-1. One Canes popped up on the infield. Somebody's going to have to call for it. It's going to be the second baseman, Carly Toot, and makes the play for the second out in the inning. 2 up, 2 down. And now it's to Avery Winterscheid, the right fielder.
Number 3, Avery Winterscheid.
Well, Bentley's done a pretty good job so far. Hasn't had a 3 up, 3 down inning yet. Looking for one here. Paola sent 4 to the plate in the first, 5 in the second, then 4 in the third. So she can get Winterscheid right here. Be her first 3 up, 3 down. Now she's got an 0-2 count on Winterscheid.
As you mentioned, they're 2 of the 3 innings so far. She's retired the first 2 in the game 1. She had a couple of innings where she retired the first 2, and that 1-2-3 though has evaded them. Not now.
There it is, a called strike 3 for the third out in the inning. 1-2-3. Baldwin comes back to bat in the bottom half of the fourth. They lead it 2-1 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
6, 7, 8 due up for Baldwin in the bottom half of the fourth. Michaela Hirschman, Zoe Crump, Lauren Berg.
First batter for Baldwin is the designated player, number 29, Michaela Hirschman.
Hirschman, the designated player after playing third base in game number 1. Third base duties going to Kristen Manbeck here in game number 2. So Manbeck is the flex, not in the batting order. Swinging a foul tip for strike 2. Morris has looked pretty good, struck out 5, but has given up the 2 runs off 4 hits. Had a costly error that she didn't help herself out on in the second inning that allowed a couple runs to come in, or at least 1 run.
Yeah, both of them actually, yeah.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on Hirschman. That's strikeout number 6 now for Morris.
Yeah, that bobble on a comebacker ended up not being able to throw the runner out, extended that inning that ended up 2 more runs, scoring the only 2 runs so far. So 2 unearned runs after should have been out of the inning, and now their offense has really been shut down by Riley Bentley, and the Bulldog defense is making a bunch of plays behind her.
So in stands Zoe Crump, the left fielder, swings and misses. Morris has been getting a lot of swings and misses.
get a lot of those same reactions too on that rise ball where Baldwin's swinging at it and then looks over their dugout with that ooh look in their face like, okay.
It's a bunt attempt going foul. Be 0-2 on Crump. Crump was at the plate when that error by Morris, the pitcher, occurred in the second inning that allowed those 2 runs to score for Baldwin. Swing and a miss, another strikeout. So 3 straight down by way of the K. That's the 7th K for Morris here in game 2. Now Lauren Berg had a single in the second inning, a part of that big second inning rally that sent 7 girls to the plate. Morris has struck out 7, has yet to walk anyone. Another foul tip for strike 2. Haven't been paying close enough attention, but this might be an immaculate inning, Bryce. Has she thrown a ball? Probably.
Well, we won't have to.
Don't even worry about it anymore. Got Hirschman down swinging. Crump went down swinging. Now Berg's got herself in a 1-2 count, and she goes down swinging as that ball was dropped third strike, but tagged out as Berg to end the inning. Morris strikes out the side in the 4th. We'll head to inning number 5. Baldwin still leading it 2-1 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Welcome back here in Baldwin. Tonight's game plan was brought to you by your local State Farm insurance agent, Cody Anno. Stop by and visit Cody to make your game plan to help protect the people and things you value most. Learn more at codyismyagent.com or call 785-594-0270 to set up a meeting with Cody Anno at State Farm Insurance.
And they have done those things here in this second game especially. Have not had many long innings. They've been able to make the plays they need to make behind Bentley, and they have capitalized on their opportunity. They were handed that big opportunity in the second inning, delivered a couple of runs, it's given them the lead, and they continue to hold that lead.
So 8-9-1 coming to the plate here in top half of the 5th. Bassett, Hines, and Hadlock. Bassett drove in the only run so far in game 2 for Paola back in the second inning with an RBI single. Watches strike 3 right in there. The 3rd strikeout of game 2 from Bentley, and it starts out the 5th with 1 out, and now we're to Haley Hines.
You mentioned it earlier in this second game. It feels like Bentley has really settled in. I mean, she's pitching, not that she pitched poorly at all in the first game, but she's really pitching well in this second game. And sometimes in a way, when you start to tire a little bit, it almost kind of makes you just throw a little easier, and sometimes that can help the movement on the pitches a little bit, and then it also obviously helps when the defense is making plays behind you, right? As anybody who's ever pitched before, softball, baseball, doesn't matter. When your defense is making plays, it gives you so much more confidence to just attack batters, and then you throw more strikes, inevitably you get more strikeouts, and it all just comes together.
Base picks up the tapper down the third base line. She might have been better off to see if it would go foul, but I'm not sure if it would have gone foul. It kind of died right on the line. But either way, Haley Hines is going to be on with an infield single for Crystalline Hadlock.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing you were there, Ryan. It's tough. I mean, it took long enough to get to it that at that point you're maybe better off just giving it a chance to go foul. You can't fault her for trying to make the play either, because it was certainly no guarantee that ball was going to end up trickling foul. So try to make a play, and just a hair too late. That's all right.
So Hadlock's on with only the 4th hit of the game. Comes with 1 out. There's a snap throw behind the runner at first, but back in time.
It was a little bit, it was kind of an odd play. It almost looked as if the field umpire was coming in to maybe get some help on that call, and then I think that's what Chad Scobie now is asking the home plate umpire, hey, was he looking for some help?
Well, either way, it's an 0-1 count on the batter Hadlock. 0 for 2 coming into this at-bat. Might have been like a runner's interference discussion or something. I'm not really sure.
Well, it just to me, it was just the body language of the umpire in the field was almost as if he wasn't sure what he was calling either. So I think he was just questioning it.
Ooh, runner's headed for second. The ball ends up hitting Hines. His base threw it down. It's the 3rd wild pitch of the game from Bentley. Nice read that time from Hines to move up into scoring position.
And a nice aid to the Baldwin effort by knocking that ball down. Otherwise, that ball would have been out in center field.
It's kind of getting to be a bit of a chilly evening. Not too bad if you're out in the sun. Never feels nice to get hit by a ball, especially in those when you're not expecting it. You know, when you're running on the base pass and then all of a sudden you just get drilled.
Yeah, at least as a batter, if you get hit, you kind of are expecting it, or you see it coming at you.
That last pitch was a foul ball, so runner stays at second. Pitch to Hadlock is tapped foul. Paola sent 5 to the plate in the second. That was their biggest inning.
Game 1, it seemed like every inning they were sending at least 5.
Nice job by base to pop up and get that one high and well out of the zone. Evens the count 2-2. Still only 1 out in the inning. Another dirt ball blocked by base, so full count to Hadlock. There's the full count pitch is swung on and knocked down by the first baseman Doty on a diving attempt, and that's a great job just to keep the ball on the infield and not let it get into right field. Otherwise, I think a run probably would have came around to score. So a nice diving attempt from Doty. Couldn't squeeze it, but Paola's going to have 2 on with still only 1 out.
Yeah, did everything he could do right there, and no blame for not catching that ball. That was just a good effort, like you said, just even get a glove on it. Now the hustle to keep it in play. You know, Baldock is not going to be an easy one. Hadlock to double up. She runs well enough. So at this point in time, I don't know that you're really thinking double play. You're just going to be thinking we need an out. And if it goes to the corners, you have a chance maybe to cut that run at the plate. But you got to come away with an out on the ball in play here.
Yeah, corner infielder is about even with the bags. Middle infield's back. There's a bunt attempt. And Bentley's going to go to first. And the runner's going to break home. So Hines will come in to score and tie the game. It's the 2nd out of the inning at first, and moving up to second's Hadlock. Ties things up at 2, and it'll bring Ellie Smale to the plate, who's been pretty dangerous so far out of the 3-hole.
Yeah, that's one of those. Bentley made sure she got the sure out, and you can't fault her for that. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to take a little bit of a gamble there, that's where you make that fake throw to first, and then you had that runner out to dry in third.
Ball's lifted to right center field, and oncoming is the right fielder Cassidy to make the catch for the 3rd out in the inning, but Paola does score a run. They tie this game up at 2. We'll head to the bottom of 5 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City. At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back. Baldwin Sports Live brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing, a family-owned company in Baldwin City that services many different industries from food processing to heavy and light industrial, oil and gas, and many more, with state-of-the-art machine tools and a great work environment that offers excellent pay and competitive benefits. It's the perfect place to start your next career. Find out more by emailing jobs@riceprecision.com. 9-1-2 due up in the bottom half of the 5th. Riley Cassidy, Allie Darnell, Carly Toot. Cassidy an RBI single back in the 2nd inning. And that is when Baldwin took the lead.
Game 1, remember we talked about the bottom of the order struggled to produce anything for Baldwin, and it's been a 180 here in Game 2. The bottom of the order has been the ones delivering for Baldwin.
Pop up on the infield, an easy play for Hendrickson, the second baseman, for out number 1, and that'll flip the lineup back over to Allie Darnell. Comes in 0 for 2 here in Game 2.
It's the bottom 5 in the order here in Game 2 now with 3 hits, and they also had a reach on an error in the top 4 in the order, just 1 out of 8 so far.
Darnell swings, and I think she got a piece of it, a foul tap for strike 1. After that big 2nd inning where Baldwin scored their 2 runs, Morris settled in. Baldwin only sent 4 to the plate in the 3rd, and then 3 up, 3 down in the 4th. And there's a play not made. Smale, the third baseman's throw is a little bit wide over at first, and so on is Darnell with 1 out here in the 5th, and Baldwin looking to bring her around and take the lead back. Brings Carly Toot, the second baseman, 0 for 2 in Game 2. She's been a strikeout victim, a lot like a lot of her teammates. Only 3 girls haven't struck out. Darnell, Bentley, and Cassidy. Toots worked a 2-0 count, now 3-0 as that ball's well up and out of the zone as well.
I don't believe Morris has walked anybody in this game, has she?
Nope. Not yet. There's a good pitch to get herself back in the count, 3-1. Still a good hitter's count for Toot. She was our Farm Bureau Financial Services player of the game in game number 1. Looking to produce here in game number 2 as that's a low strike called, but in there. Fills the count 3-2. Swing and a grounder foul down the first base line. Baldwin back in action on Tuesday at Tonganoxie for a doubleheader, and then on Friday at Spring Hill. So 3 games coming next week, because that's a solid line drive base hit to center field there from Carly Toot. Up to second goes Darnell, and Baldwin might have something cooking here in the 5th.
Absolutely, and the top of the order setting the table. That's exactly what their job is. And now you get that middle of the order, a chance to become run producers. Doty delivered in game 1 in a big spot. Kind of gone silent, though, since that big home run back in her first at-bat of game 1. This would be a great time for her to come up with another big hit.
Showing bunt, it was a strike and no contact made there.
Wow.
So it's going to go down as a wild pitch, and both runners are going to move up. I thought there might have been a foul tip there, but no indication of it. So runners on second and third.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there, Ryan, but I think it clicked off the umpire's chest protector, which was what caused that sound of what almost made it seem like it was foul tipped.
Doty swings and misses. She did offer at that bunt attempt in the first pitch of the at-bat, so it's 0-2 now to Doty. She has been a strikeout victim twice to Morris. She gets a hold of one, sends it to right field. Winter Scheid brings it in, no tag at third, and so staying put is Darnell at third and Toot at second.
Yeah, that's a mistake, a base running mistake over there at third base. That ball in foul territory, even if it's in fair territory in that situation, if it drops, you're going to score, whether you're on the base or not on the base, but you can't score if you're not on the base and it's caught. So just a bit of a mistake down there, base running at third. Let's see if you can bail out with a base hit here. Ooh, Bentley took it off the face mask.
Yeah, very up and in, and Bentley will be on. That's the first batter that Morris has hit, first walk altogether.
Well, thankful for the masks,
Yeah.
right?
Catcher number 35, Caitlin Bates.
So that's going to juice the bases up for Caitlin Bass.
That would have made her prom pictures not look so good without that face mask on, but that's thankful for that.
A big opportunity here for Bass. She singled, scored a run, then struck out. There are 2 at-bats. Game tied at 2 here, bottom of 5. Baldwin lost game number 1, 8-4. Going to bounce back here in game 2. There's a ball, evens it at 1-1. Go ahead and circle this plate appearance, Bryce. This is a big turning point in the game here. 2 out, bases loaded, and one of your better hitters, Caitlin Bass, at the plate. Swing and a miss. She was behind one.
Yeah. A little tardy on that swing, and now she just has to, that's the thing with Morris. She throws hard enough. You don't have to take a huge swing at it. Make solid contact. Get off the barrel of the bat. Just put the bat through the zone. Make something happen here.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Morris does well to work out of the bases loaded jam. That is strikeout number 9 for Morris. This game stays tied 2-2. We'll head to inning number 6 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Welcome back. Ryan Hilmer, Bryce Kessler on Baldwin Sports Live, brought to you in part by the Bullpen, who wants to invite you down and join them April 28th for the ground opening of the Pretzely Truck, serving up mouth-watering pretzels with flavors like, here we go, Bryce, cinnamon roll, pizza, s'mores, PB&J. Wow. Again, that's happening from 6 to 8 p.m. Friday, April 28th. So that's coming up at the Nook downtown, 703 8th Street. That is at the Nook. And don't forget to subscribe to the Baldwin City Community News while you're there. Your local weekly newspaper, just $5 a month.
Yeah, that's the interesting pretzel flavors right there. Cinnamon roll, I feel like that's just, that's just like a sweet roll. I can have the pizza pretzel. That's an interesting one.
S'mores? That's,
yeah.
Man.
Uh-oh.
The ball is hit well to center field. Back on it is Darnell to make the catch. She had to retreat all the way back to the warning track, just shy of the wall, but makes the catch for out number 1. That was Ava Kale, the cleanup hitter at the plate. So.
And thank goodness the wind has died down. You can see the flags here. I'll zoom in. See those flags now. Basically limp right now. That was not the case earlier in this game. And earlier in this game, when the wind was gusting, that ball probably is in the trees for the second time for Kale today. But just enough room out there for Darnell.
So 1 out in the 6th to Michaela Hendrickson, second baseman, 0 for 2. Swings, grounds one toward Berg at short. Throws across in time. 6-3 for the second out in the 6th.
And they continue to make plays behind Bentley right now. That's a play that Berg made look pretty routine, but that's not just an easy play right there. You had to go back at the hole and make a long throw. Has to be on target, has to be on time, and all of that. And she made it look really easy. Darnell, the play out in center, not an easy play right before that, but they're really picking up Bentley right now and making plays behind her.
Here's Anna Kane. Hits it right back to Bentley, and she snags it for the third out. A 3 up, 3 down, quick 6th inning for the Bulldogs. They'll come back to bat in the bottom half. We're still tied at 2 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Back here in Baldwin on Baldwin Sports Live. We're presented, as always, by Hayden Outdoors, brand that sells the land. We are in the bottom half of inning number 6 in a tie game, 2-2. It'll be 6, 7, 8 due up for the Bulldogs. Michaela Hirschman, the designated player, has struck out in both of her at-bats. Part of 9 strikeouts from Emily Morris.
You'll have to check me here, Ryan, but I believe Paola will have 7, 8, 9 due up. Is that right, in the 7th?
Yep.
So great opportunity here if you're Baldwin. If you can snag this lead, you get the bottom third of the order to try to close it out.
Swing and a miss now, a 1-2 count to Hirschman.
And regardless whether you take the lead or not here, you've got 2 at-bats to work with. So they're 1 with the bottom third of their order. So Baldwin's got to like where they're at right now.
Fouls that 1-2 pitch off, and we'll do it again. One, 2 up and out of the zone now. Evens it up at 2-2, and if you're Hirschman, you're just looking to get on base any way you can, get a base runner.
Yeah, then you get the gears start turning for Paola defense, so they got to start trying to make a bunch of decisions. And
there's another swing and a miss, so 3rd strikeout of the game from Hirschman and the 10th strikeout from Emily Morris.
How about that? A 10K game for Morris.
Yeah, you don't see that too often at this level, and she's been bringing it. If it wasn't for that big second inning from Baldwin where they sent 7 to the plate, she'd be pitching a shutout here.
Yeah, and 3 of those 7 came with 2 outs to the plate and delivered back-to-back hits with 2 outs to score the only 2 runs of the game so far.
Yeah, and that was after that error from Morris.
And it was the 8-9 hitters who delivered those back-to-back 2-out singles. So this, if Paola does not end up winning this game, Morris is going to look back at this one and man, what an opportunity by the wayside, as well as she has pitched, to have that be what does her in. But, of course, we're not to that situation yet, as this one's far from over.
Zoe Crump swings and misses for another strikeout, make it 11.
Next batter for Baldwin, shortstop number 13, Lauren Berg.
Morris struck out the side in the 4th inning, looking to do the same here in the 6th, and it was the same 3 due up in the inning. Is Lauren Berg going to try to not let history repeat itself?
Yeah, how about that?
Watch ball 1. There's a good pitch. To me, you just don't want to leave it to the 7th. I know it's still a tie game, but man, another strike, and Morris is rolling now, a 1-2 count. To the 8-hole hitter, Berg. Two and two is swung on and missed. A drop third strike, so they'll have to finish it off at first, and they do. A bounce throw from Kale, but Kane's able to hold on to it. The side is struck out once again by Morris. That is her 12th strikeout of the game. She strikes out the side for the 2nd time, and we head to inning number 7. Still a tie game, 2-2 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Start of the 7th inning here in game number 2, still tied up at 2 apiece. Was the Paola Panthers taking game 1 8-4. Game number 2 has been a good one. We've seen a great pitching performance from Emily Morris from Paola. 12 strikeouts through 6 innings. And Riley Bentley still out there for the Bulldogs. This will be her 14th inning of work here in the doubleheader.
And it's a different style, certainly, of pitching, not the power pitching that we've seen from Morris, but Bentley has been just as effective and has also been very good and hasn't issued hardly any free passes, just the one.
She's done that. She's used her defense behind her as there's a pop-up to the second baseman, Toot, for the first out in the 7th. Wintershide's retired, and that'll bring Bassett, the designated player, to the plate.
Yeah, 2 teams that have had a very well-played game. For 2 teams that come in here combined 16 losses on the year, both 3-8 entering games through this doubleheader. They both play very solid softball today.
Bassett going to try to bunt. Bentley's got it, throws on to first in time for the second out. 2 up, 2 down. Got Haley Hines, the left fielder, coming to the plate.
Love the poise she made there, that play with, did not rush it, know that she has time to make a good throw and set her feet, squared herself up to make that throw. Very well done. Well, good composure right there.
Bentley looking for her third 3-up, 3-down inning of the game, and she gets a swing and a miss from Haley Hines, the left fielder. Stands in 1 for 2. Singled and came around to score the tying run back in the 5th inning. Ball's tapped towards third. Manbeck's got it. She's going to have to hurry. Throws on to first, not in time, as Hines has pretty good speed, and she got down the line for a 2-out infield hit.
Yeah, close play, nothing more that you can do as the third baseman there by Manbeck. She played that as well as you can. It's just sometimes 60 feet just is too short.
Yeah.
You just run out of time to make the play. It looked like Doty's foot may have come off the base slightly as well, but either way, good hustle by Hines to turn this order over to the top of the lineup now.
Yeah, so Chrislyn Hadlock, the leadoff hitter, playing center field, tries to bunt as well, and it's fouled back to the screen. Hadlock's been on once in 3 tries so far in game 2, singled in the 5th inning. That was the inning that Paola was able to come back and tie this game at 2. No score since then. It's bunted towards third. Manbeck's going to have another shot at it. She throws over to first, not in time, as Hadlock has great speed. And now the runner's caught out between second and third, and they throw behind her and get her at second. Hines was rounding second, thinking about heading to third. They threw over to third and had her in a little bit of a rundown. She tried to get back to second, not in time, but a great defensive play from Baldwin as they'll come to bat in the bottom half of the 7th with a chance to walk it off. We're tied at 2 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Bottom of the 7th here, a tie game. Chance to walk it off for Baldwin, and the first pitch swinging is Riley Cassidy, and she singles one through the left side of the infield. So Baldwin with a runner on. In the top of the order coming up, Allie Darnell.
Winning run aboard at first. Got to be a smart base runner now, obviously. Don't need to take any extra chances.
Darnell showing bunt. Bunts it foul back to the screen. Darnell reached base by way of an error on the third baseman Smale back in the 5th inning. That was the only time she's been on base here in game 2. Other than that, she's 0 for 3. Looking to come up big here in the 7th inning. Swing and a foul ball. Been a good game 2 here between Paola and Baldwin. Back and forth. We're still tied here in the last half of the last inning, perhaps the last inning. Allie Darnell at the plate with an 0-2 count. Riley Cassidy on at first base. That's in the dirt. That gets past the catcher Kale, and moving up to second will be Cassidy on the wild pitch. So the winning run is in scoring position for the Bulldogs.
And now especially, don't do anything crazy if you're the runner right now. You know, you've got 3 outs to work with, 2 more anyway, to get her around. So got to be a smart base runner as that winning run out there.
Swing and a miss, and the 13th strikeout of the game from Morris. Darnell goes down by way of the K. Now only 2 batters from Baldwin haven't been struck out by Morris. One of them stands on second base right now as the winning run. Riley Cassidy and Carly Toot as at the plate. It's a foul ball.
Toot has swung about as good of a bat as anybody in the lineup. So you've got the girl you probably want up at the plate right now with a chance to walk this off.
She's 1 for 3 coming into this at bat. Looking to do some damage. It's a pop up in the infield and to the second baseman Hendrickson. So a soft out number 2. It'll bring Shayna Doty to the plate. She homered in the first inning in game number 1. Has struck out twice and flied out to right here. And this a big at bat for Shayna.
I don't think she's been on base except for that home run. So good chance to bookend her performance. Guess she did reach on a fielder's choice.
A couple fielder's choices,
yeah.
But yeah. Looking to hit a ball hard here. Single might win you the game. Up and out, 2-0. Here's strike 1, now 2-1 on the batter Doty. Morris has put up zeros ever since that second inning where Baldwin scored their 2 runs. Behind that one and fouled off. Even 2-2 count to Doty. Swing and a miss, and Morris strikes out her 14th of the game, and that sends us into extra innings here. We'll head to inning number 8, still tied at 2. Here on Baldwin Sports Live, you're watching Bulldogs softball presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
So extra innings we go, a little bit of extra work in the circle for Riley Bentley, as this will be her 15th inning of work, and to the plate will be 2, 3, 4, Jevney, Smale, and Kale.
Now what's the difference between 14 and 15, right? 16,
right.
17 innings, just keep
She
throwing.
could
She's
go
in a
all
groove
night,
right now.
Bryce.
She's in a groove right now. I bet you she could with the way she's throwing.
This would be quite the battle between her and Morris. They, like you mentioned earlier, been doing it in different ways. Bentley, not really a strikeout pitcher, has been kind of pitching more to contact and using the defense behind her. There's been some nice plays made behind her. Only 3 strikeouts, has walked 1. On the other hand, Morris has struck out 14, hasn't walked any. And the only 2 runs that came across for Baldwin was kind of via her error. It's ball down the right field line, kind of that no man's land territory, and a nice job by Carly Toot to go over. The second baseman makes the catch right on the fair foul line for the first out in the 8th.
As well as both these pitchers are throwing right now, Ryan, you hate to say this, but you feel like this one's going to come down to which team makes a mistake behind their pitcher, not so much which pitcher makes the mistake, because both pitchers are just firing right now.
It's popped up behind in foul territory. Base is going to have a chance, and she makes the play. Nice job by Caitlin Base. Those are not easy, those pop-ups that are kind of straight up behind you. She did a nice job to turn her body back to the infield and made the catch for the second out.
Yeah, exactly. You got to flip yourself around. We've seen that a couple of times this year where the catchers, and both when we've done some softball games and some baseball games, have not done that. It makes it a tougher play. So good job there, flipping around, as you said, making that catch for a big second out. And they just continue to make plays. And Chad Scobie out there to have a little discussion with the most dangerous bat in the lineup coming up right now for Paola and Ava Kale.
Yeah, Baldwin Sports Live presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Shad and Penny Sheldon. Now, your Baldwin City area brokers are experts in selling rural homes, farms, ranches, and recreational real estate, and they've built several successful businesses, manage their own farm, hunting lodge, and want to use that expertise to help you in finding your dream property or family legacy. So call them today, 785-821-2666, or visit HaydenOutdoors.com to learn more. So here's Ava Kale, 2 out in the inning. You can see Base setting up way off the plate. That's kind of another intentional walk, if you will, but we'll see. You don't want to let one leak over the plate.
Yeah, if she'll oblige and swing at something way off the plate like that, great. If not, let her take her base and move on. I mean, there's not that she's the only batter, but she's certainly the best bet to change the scoreboard with one swing of the bat. So that's what Baldwin wants to avoid here. They'll be willing to let Kale reach and make the batters behind her do the damage.
Yeah, you got a great view of it here. This camera behind home plate, base is set up completely off the plate. As there is ball 4, a 4-pitch walk, the second walk of the game. Will put Kale on first with 2 out in the inning, and Michaela Hendrickson, the second baseman, coming up. She's 0 for 3. Foul tap, strike 1, but I'm with you, Bryce. You'd rather pitch to 5, 6, 7 here and all those girls rather than Ava Kale, because we saw that bomb she hit out in game number 1. That was a no-doubter.
Yeah, well, it's likely going to take 2 hits from the girls behind her to put a run up, as opposed to Kale may just take 1 hit, and that 1 hit ends up over the fence, right? So just going to play the odds here and just say we think that we can get it out in the next 2 batters, as opposed to or more likely anyway, than leaving one out of the plate and letting Kane get a good swing, or Kale getting a good swing on it.
Got an 0-2 count to Hendrickson. Swing and a miss, and Riley Bentley able to work out of the 8th inning. Her 4th strikeout of the game. Baldwin going to have another shot to walk it off in the bottom half of inning number 8. Still tied at 2 here on Baldwin Sports Live.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Ryan Helmer, Bryce Kessler back here with you in extra innings. Is Baldwin going to have another shot to walk it off here in the bottom half of the 8th inning? They'll have 4, 5, 6 due up. Riley Bentley, Caitlin Base, and Michaela Hirschman. It's the heart of the order and a great opportunity. Just need 1 run. You'll take game number 2 after Paola took game 1 by a score of 8-4 for their 3rd win of the year. That moved both teams to 3-8 on the year, and so Baldwin looking for some revenge. As Riley Bentley, the pitcher, swings and misses. Strike 1. Paola started the scoring in the second, and Baldwin answered in the second with 2 runs. Made it 2-1, and then Paola scored in the 5th to tie things up, and we've been even since then. Bentley hits it foul down the right field line. She's had a pretty nice night at the plate here in game 2. Not a lot of girls have against Morris, who struck out 14, hasn't walked anyone, but she has hit a batter. That was Riley Bentley in her last at bat. Got hit in the face mask. Her at bat before that had a 2-out triple. There's a line drive. Base hit to right field. That could be more. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Bentley's coming around second, headed to third. The throw has not been cut off yet. It gets away from the cutoff man. Bentley's going to be waved around. She will score. Bulldogs win. Riley Bentley sends one to the wall. Paola fumbles it a little bit at the cutoff. Bentley gets waved around by Chad Scobie, and Baldwin's going to take this game on a walk-off 3-2. What a game back and forth from both teams, but Baldwin going to take the second of the doubleheader 3-2 after Paola takes game number 1 8-4. Exciting end to game number 2 here. We'll step aside on Baldwin Sports Live and come back with our player of the game in this one. I have a feeling of who it's going to be, Bryce. Stay tuned.
Pretty sure.
On Baldwin Sports Live.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Welcome back here to Baldwin City. The Bulldogs win the second game of the doubleheader versus Paola in a thriller 3-2 after dropping game number 1 8-4 on a walk-off triple that was helped out by an error by the cutoff Hendrickson out there, the second baseman, and so Riley Bentley able to come around and score. The leadoff hitter in the 8th ended it for the Bulldogs, and time now to present our player of the game, and guess who? It's going to be Riley Bentley, who was excellent in the pitching circle. Both games had 15 innings pitched and then walked it off for the Bulldogs with that triple that I mentioned, then came home on the error. So an exciting ending to this doubleheader, Bryce, and a good feeling here coming out of their 4th win of the season for Bulldogs. They improved to 4-8 on the year, so good feeling here after a walk-off.
No question, and maybe our easiest choice of a player of the game all season long in this one, because you're right, Riley was tremendous in the pitching circle, delivered 2 hits, both triples in this game, and of course the final one being the triple-turned Little League home run because of the throwing air walk-off winner. I mean, you couldn't be more impactful on both sides than Riley Bentley was in this second game. And for her team as well to play the way they did behind her in the field, everybody making plays, and infield, outfield, there were just some great plays being made across the board. And to do that against a pitcher that had 14 strikeouts in this game. You know, they faced a dominant Emily Morris in this game and were able to battle through her dominance with 14 strikeouts and come up with just enough to win this game and made the plays defensively. You know, you think about the play that they made in the top half of the inning to get out of what looked like that was going to become a jam when it could have been 2 on and 2 out there late for them, and they ended up getting that throwback. That was, I guess, the 7th inning when that happened, not the 8th. But regardless, they're late in that game and made that big defensive play. So hats off to the to both teams. Really played. Yeah. I thought, you come in, you have teams who have been struggling. Paola had come in, lost 8 in a row. Baldwin had lost 7 of their last 9 or whatever it was. You expect maybe to see some sloppy play at times, but that wasn't the case today. Both teams played very solid both games, and especially in that second game. That was a fun second game where both teams were coming up with great defensive plays. Both pitchers were executing their pitches. The hitters were coming up with just enough big plays when they needed them. So really fun softball game.
Our player of the game brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. From insurance to investments, wealth management, and financial planning, Farm Bureau Financial Services is there to help you protect what matters most. Call today and set up a meeting with your local Farm Bureau team at 785-594-1055. It's your future. Let's protect it. Time now to check the final numbers of Game 2, brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services at 608 High Street in Baldwin City. They'll help you confidently tackle tax season, even highly specific situations. They'll help make sense of it all and meet your critical business needs with minimal investment, timely, accurate, and reliable services at an affordable cost to help your business grow and succeed. Visit newfrontiertbs.com or call 785-594-1204 to learn more. And here are those final numbers from game number 2. Baldwin wins it by a score of 3-2. They score the 3 runs off of 7 hits, didn't commit an error. To Bryce's point, it was a really nicely played defensive game for Baldwin here in the second game of the doubleheader. They left 7 runners on base, but take it 3-2. And for Paola, they scored the 2 runs off of 6 hits. They committed 3 costly errors in the field and left 5 on base. As for the winning pitcher, Riley Bentley, in game number 2, she came up big with that walk-off triple turn inside the park home run, if you will, a Little League home run, I guess. She had the 4 strikeouts to go along with that, walked 2, had 3 wild pitches as well. And for Emily Morris, a shout-out to her. What a performance from her in this one, taking the loss. But she had 14 strikeouts, only 1 walk, which was actually a hit batter, so she didn't really walk anybody after striking out 14. That's quite the performance from her, but unfortunately for Paola and Morris, she takes the loss. But good for Baldwin, as there are good vibes coming after a 3-2 walk-off victory in game number 2. They drop game number 1 8-4 and earn a split against Paola here tonight in the doubleheader. Our next broadcast coming up on Tuesday, April 25th. That's next Tuesday, I believe, and that'll be girls soccer Spring Hill coming to town. We'll have the Baldwin Bulldog girls soccer team there for that game. That's a 4 o'clock start time, and then our final baseball broadcast of the year, which will actually be our final broadcast of the year on Baldwin Sports Live. It's been a fun year, as we chronicled earlier. We're not done yet. It's baseball Tuesday, May 9th. That's a single game, so that's why it's a 6:30 start time you see there instead of the usual doubleheader as we've become accustomed to. But this will be our last softball broadcast of the year, and we ended it with a bang, a walk-off triple turned Little League home run by Riley Bentley And the Bulldogs take it 3-2. For Bryce Kessler, I'm Ryan Hilmer signing off here from Baldwin City. A split with Paola as the Baldwin Bulldogs improve to 4-8 on the year. You've been watching Bulldog Softball here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
You've been watching Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at haydenoutdoors.com. Baldwin Sports Live also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jobats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports Live.